Yesterday, if you watched the second channel, I kind of covered TikTok, the ban that happened. We watched the Legal Eagle video. And as I finished recording that video, we found out that indeed TikTok was not banned. Now, Drifter put out a video, and he's our local Call of Duty politician. And he specifically said the TikTok unbanned for all the wrong reasons, which is a great title for his video because his other video was TikTok banned for all the wrong reasons. So I'm curious what he has to say about this. And overall, I don't really know why it was unbanned to begin with. Like, there seems to be some sort of behind the scenes talks as to what the reason it got unbanned was. So let's dive into his video and see what he has to say.
And we're back. Less than 12 hours after TikTok voluntarily withdrew its services from the United States, service has been restored after some comments from Donald Trump. Specifically comments such as saying that he will issue an executive order on Monday, significantly delaying the TikTok ban.
By the way, there has to have been a conversation behind the scenes here.
And other posts on Truth Social talking about trying to find a way to keep the app functioning in the United States, which
I kind of agree, Arm, with what you're saying. It's political theater, but I don't know.
Is wild considering the history of this issue. The original TikTok ban started shortly after June 2020 when Donald Trump got trolled.
Yeah, so this is the thing, right? This is the thing that no one is talking about, is Donald Trump was the one that started this whole ban thing. Actually.
By TikTok teens and K-pop stans. He was giving away free tickets for a rally with the idea of packing the house. A bunch of kids on TikTok decided to claim those free tickets, so he got a bigger venue, and then they could not fill the venue. The picture that you see right here is one where they actually got the crowd together for one photo for the press, but he ultimately ended up wasting a lot of money because he got trolled by TikTok. Well, that made the Trump campaign so mad that he signed an executive order that will effectively ban the use of TikTok
which got blocked
in the United States, citing honestly very valid and real security concerns. And this became a bipartisan issue. The Democrats also had issues with TikTok, both its effects on children's brain and security concerns. So after a law went...
So seeing kids with TikTok, it is clear that it does definitely have an effect on their brain. The problem is at this point, YouTube Shorts is like the exact same thing. Like, there's no different, really. Like, maybe some of the style of content is different, but like, not really.
Went through Congress, Joe Biden signed it into effect, effectively reinforcing Trump's TikTok ban, and it went to the Supreme Court, and they said yes. But then something wild happened. TikTok became useful to Donald Trump during the last election because of the wedge it drew between Gen Z and traditional left-wing support over the Palestinian genocide. It was one of the key ways in which...
I don't know if he's going to show this, but Trump gave a speech last night literally saying that I think I won the younger vote because of TikTok. So that's why I'm standing by it. He literally said that in his speech.
He was able to move the youth vote to his side. And suddenly, as soon as this app is useful, instead of just trolling, it's not getting banned. And this is genuinely frightening to me because it's part of a bigger trend that I've been complaining about for a long time here on the channel of tech oligarchs assuming even more power. And in this case, they're all kind of under Trump's thumb, or at least working together, or at least with the administration. Elon Musk calls himself the first buddy. He's going to have an office.
That is weird, right? Like, they're like, his family is like living with Trump's family, and like, it's a little weird.
In the White House, Jeff Bezos is on board. Mark Zuckerberg is on board in a big way. I'm sure you've all seen the short form content that I've been making about the changes at Meta and how they're all donating to the inauguration fund. But other big tech companies like Google and Apple and others are all basically kissing the ring or bending the knee in some capacity.
I feel like they always do, though.
That's frightening to me because all of the big tech companies, and especially the social media ones, are collaborating to reinforce what I believe is anti-intellectualism personified. It kind of makes the entire internet feel hostile for somebody like me who more or less dedicates my life to science and education and that kind of stuff. But I should have known. It's been coming for a long time. My personal TikTok has been restored, which I'm sure that many of you have seen before. But in case you haven't, you could follow me there, or maybe not. I was getting ready to quit here because I actually got shadow banned 2 months ago. Literally one day after the election, I was instantly shadow banned on TikTok, and I went from getting millions of views to, You can see thousands, hundreds here. A lot of it just got a lot rougher. And I still genuinely haven't figured that out yet. I was kind of getting ready to just give up the ghost and jump off to a different platform. It's why you saw
So, I'm Canadian. I can't make money off of TikTok. It's literally impossible unless I like sell things on TikTok, which I don't know. I feel weird about like putting out content for free after I've like had paid, like not paid content, but advertised content for so long. It's weird. It feels extremely weird. Also, why does China hate Canada so much that they can't pay anyone that lives there? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
so much short form content showing up here on this platform because it just wasn't doing it on TikTok. So if TikTok got banned, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm already shadow banned there. I'll move on to the next thing. But now that it's not going to get banned, I now have to find out a way to circumvent or undo the shadow ban so I can get back onto my science and tech content business here instead of just...
I find that the whole shadow ban thing a lot of the time is more so not a shadow ban and more so an algorithm thing. Like I have a video going up today on the main channel on Ink Slasher that is not a Call of Duty video. I'm putting it up and I'm guessing probably my next 3 videos after this, if this video doesn't do well, will do worse because that one video did bad. So I kind of have to plan a video where I'm trying out something new. It's a new game, story video, new game. That's all I'm going to say. You guys can have your guesses. It's not like I'm getting shadow banned for that, but the algorithm's like, oh, people don't want to see his videos, so we're going to promote the next videos to less people. Or if you have a video do really well, it does the opposite. So I don't know how TikTok works. Maybe there is shadow bans.
So that's a little bit frustrating in a way. I was kind of ready to move on from that. But there's nowhere else for me to go. If I go and post on X, I have to play by Elon's rules. If I go and I want to do something on Meta, I have to play by Mark Zuckerberg's rules. And all of these people are all playing by one man's rules. And the rule is, how much can we enrich this man and each other? And it's really frustrating for me. We're going to go ahead and do a little transition here. This video is happening so fast today. I had time to plan.
All right, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Nothing. It's all unscripted right off of my chest. I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on, and I'm going to say that I genuinely believe the reason that the service has been restored here for TikTok is because somebody at that company a year ago, when it underwent a big redshift in algorithm, started tracking data. And then that whole like Palestinian genocide wedge.
We're going way out there with this one.
Election. Sometime shortly after the election, I think some representative from that company went to go make a presentation to Trump to show just how useful the app was at driving a wedge or divide or just exploiting a weakness in what is typically a very left-wing demographic.
This is going right off the deep end. But the one thing that I will say that Drifter hasn't said is one thing that Trump said yesterday is that they are going to need to have half of the company be owned by America. And that is part of the deal that they made with them. Whether they go through with that, I don't know. But it's going off the deep end, diving straight down. You're exactly right.
And somebody seeing that that's useful is going to unban it because they want to use it for themselves. And this is frightening to me because I've spent about the last 10 years of my adult life complaining about Trump stuff, trying to get people off of the Trump train.
For those of you who don't know, Drifter is not a Trump fan. I'm not like any politician fan. I just don't like dumb stuff.
Trying to get any of my audience or fans to go anywhere else because it's the exact opposite of everything that I am or that I want to be. I built this channel and everything on honesty, transparency, data analytics, a focus on science and accuracy, meaningful philosophy and stuff like that, like really good educational content. And the Trump train is basically anti-intellectualism personified.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Isn't saying that about the other side's views simply anti-intellectualism? To just say straight up that 100% of what someone's saying is wrong? Isn't that what that is? And like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot that Trump says that is wrong, but like, to just say that one side is more intellectual than the other, isn't that a bad take?
Is all about
this got super political real
strong
fast.
Man. It's totally scientifically inaccurate nonsense constantly, just general nonsense and lies constantly.
By the way, just the way American politics works, no matter what I say right now, there's going to be half the comments that are mad, and somehow I will find a way to make it so both sides are mad at me. I always do it.
Goalpost shifting. It's truly Orwellian, because I guarantee you, one of the things that drives me mad about this is that Trump started the TikTok ban and effectively got that ball rolling and was pro TikTok ban for 4 years up until it was useful for him. It gets banned. He's going to unban it on the first day of his presidency after starting the ban. So it's going to be Donald Trump saves TikTok, which is going to further endear Gen Z to him. And ByteDance is going to be beholden to him. So they're going to push more right-wing content. They're probably going to suppress the hell out of anything LGBTQ. So that's going to be kind of rough. And it feels
that's
like
speculation, but
the internet itself is going to be hostile to somebody that's not on board the red wave that's coming. The tech oligarchs are on.
I mean, so if you look at the internet, the way that politics works is like in any country, right? You have, especially in America, because like the term policy, you have the wave that, okay, things move left, things move right, things move left, things move right. And for the past 4 to 10 years, somewhere between there, things on the internet have been very far left, right? Like very far left. Like go to Reddit, go to all of these places. It's been very far left. And then it seems like with Biden, they kind of hit a wall where, all right, we've had enough of the DEI, like people are just pushing too far to that side. So we're going to swing back to the other side and it's going to take over. These swings constantly happen. Like as you've lived long enough, you've seen it happen. And yeah, it seems like the longer people have been alive and the more social media takes over and the more news media there is, the wider those swings are. So whereas at one point the left versus the right might have been about gay marriage and things like that, now instead of about gay marriage, they've upped the level and now it's about trans and fluffies. That's not what they're called, furries and all of that crap. And then the other side is so far on the other side. So that divide keeps getting bigger and bigger and it will continue to, right? That's just the way social media works.
On board, the companies are all on board. There's a huge amount of people that are on board. The generation young.
Yeah, of course, the TikTok home screen is literally thanking Trump for saving them. Of course. Put it this way. If you were, let's take TikTok out of it. If you worked at Amazon, let's do Amazon. If you worked at Amazon and someone in legislation said, Amazon, the way that their factories are run, the way that it works, the way that the division of labor is unconstitutional, we're shutting it down. There would be hundreds of thousands of people out of jobs. And then someone came in and said, not to mention everyone that uses Amazon. So there'd be the people who are out of jobs, the people that use Amazon are all out of this service that they're used to and that their way of life revolves around. And then one man comes in and says, no, I'm not letting that happen. Everyone is going to be thanking that person, right? So the whole kabuki theater of political theater that we were talking about when this video started is 100% what it is, right? Like Trump wanted it banned. He saw how much people liked it. I truly believe over money, over anything, what Trump cares more about than anything is what people think of him. And I think, honestly, that's most politicians. So, of course, he's going to do the thing. He saw how important the younger vote is. So he's going to go for that and try to make people like him and do that thing. And you know what? Whether it's a good thing or bad thing, the TikTok ban, this is what's going on, right? And so many people love TikTok. And honestly, to me, if you want my opinion on it, I don't think the social media app should be shut down. I don't. But whether China owns it or America owns it or Canada owns it or South America owns it or Australia owns it, I don't care. I care that these companies are able to keep our data and do things with it and sell it and give it to the government and have all of this information on you. And in the end of the day, I think there should be a law that stops that. Not that bans an app, that stops that. And it's not going to happen because I guarantee you all of these political people are using that data that these social media companies have. So that's not ever going to be the law. So it's theater. It's theater. They hide it behind, oh, we're going to ban TikTok because we don't want China to have the data. How about we just don't want anyone to have that data? Plain and simple. It won't happen, just to be clear. Apparently I lost the video, but I believe that Canada is trying to do a ban like this too. Now it won't happen.
It's very hostile to me. Even if I wasn't here constantly complaining about it, it's going to be hostile to me just because
we're gonna go to Black Ops 6
analyze
after this video, man,
and talk about philosophy. Just trying to be educational is honestly the antithesis of what they want the internet to be, which is a big dumb pipe that can be used to manipulate people by pumping nonsense into their brains. Like,
has anyone ever seen the Jon Stewart clip with, I believe it was Jon Stewart, with him explaining what the internet is, and it's a bunch of pipes, and it was when they were banning online gambling, and he said that the reason why they were banning online gambling is because the chips clogged the pipes. Has anyone seen that?
Oh God, I'm just rambling. I'm so mad. This is so stressful. And it doesn't address anything, any of the problems with TikTok. It's been unbanned, but there is no changes whatsoever to it.
That's not... there is no changes whatsoever, but the only thing that's coming in is that there might be divesting half of the company into American hands. Which to me doesn't make a difference, but
any of the accusations,
but it is clear that Drifter is on one side of things, and that's fine.
The systems or methods that supposedly was being used by China to spy on us with TikTok. There's been no change in ownership or organization or relationship structure between TikTok and the CCCP. There's been no changes to dark patterns, no changes to addictive algorithms, no changes to targeting children.
Dude, the addictive algorithm thing is not going to change. That's insanity.
No changes to selling data to data brokers.
That's a problem.
None of that
That's the one I have the biggest problem with.
Destructive stuff that gives our kids incurable ADD and a social media addiction has been addressed. The only thing that has been addressed is that the app is now beholden to one man, and they will owe him favors. And all
right, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. If there's ever a clip that gets taken out of context, this is going to be it. What he's saying here about the problem with TikTok being, oh, kids are getting addicted to it, and there's abhorrent patterns of algorithms. To me, that's a parenting problem. If your child is getting ADD from these sort of things, why do they have a phone, and why are you letting them on TikTok? End of story. As soon as anything becomes a problem, if your child is eating too many brownies that you're buying for their lunch, take them away. That is your decision. You are their parent. And yeah, I get it. Everyone else at school and their friends are going to have TikTok. But if they go over to their friends and they're on TikTok on their friend's phone, when they come home, they're not going to be on it. And they have the break from it. To me, these things can exist. Just like in countries where all drugs are legal. Does it mean that everyone in that country is a drug addict? No, because some people have some self-control. And kids do not have that self-control. So you need a parent, that's why parents exist, to step in and help them with that, help them understand it. And good parents won't just take it away. They'll explain why that they are doing these things so the kids can understand as well. So
well, the other American tech oligarchs are going to do the exact same thing, and they're going to continue farming us like we're serfs. They're going to extract as much value from our brains as humanly, or I guess since an AI is going to be running these algorithms as artificially intelligently possible. They're just going to, I don't know, man, this stresses me out. It seems like we can't do anything consistently. We can't do anything for the right reasons. We don't actually care about the people being affected by this. This is just a big game. It's just a big, it's almost Lovecraftian in a way that these people are so rich and they control so much that you're literally just a pawn and they're moving the board around and you're just trying to survive the shuffle. It stresses me out. Can you tell that I'm stressed? I'm doing this whole video with
I don't know why you're so stressed.
No script, no preparation, no nothing. I'm just winging it today. And I'm feeling really bad. I didn't like that TikTok got banned because I had to change my entire business, but thankfully I had a month or two ahead of time to sort of see what was coming and plan, and I did all that, and now it's unbanned, so now I got to run back, but I also got to change the content again to apply to a new, basically whole internet ecosystem and try not to get censored and shut down like has already been happening. Oh God, I'm stressed. I really hate this. Sorry guys.
I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed.
This is total rant.
I don't use TikTok anyways. Doesn't affect me.
This is just bananas. This is bananas. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.
Okay, anyone that gets that stressed about something that's out of their control needs to take a breath. Like we just all need to calm down. We need to take a breath. We need to realize that this one decision isn't going to kill anyone. Well, it might, but likely won't. And we just deep breaths, everyone. Everything's okay. Everything is okay.